Should be live now. Should be
Alright.
ready to roll now. Damn, there's gonna be a lot of plays though.
We'll see how long this takes.
I think our longest one so far was like what 45 minutes, and that was 14 plays. I think we're gonna be pushing that one today.
Yeah, it was long. Like, there's no denying that it was long.
But that was our best week though. That was our best one when we had 14 plays.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, we did that. We went like 12-2 or something.
Yeah,
it was pretty solid. All right, let's see what we got in here.
Let's see what we got. You want to be in charge of comments there, Matt?
What do you want me to be in charge of?
So all the comments and see if we got any questions for games and stuff.
Yeah, I got it. I think I can see all the comments on here.
Yeah, I'm seeing only. Yeah, I guess people are probably just waking up, or they're getting to their desk and they're like, "Shit, let's get to bed right now. It's ready to go."
All right, let's do it. Let's start it out. We got a lot.
Is this Europa League or conference?
Both.
Okay.
I think I only have one actual Europa. I think I have mostly all conference ones.
Gross.
Yeah, I have a couple parlay legs with Europa League, but no. I have one straight play for Europa. That's it.
I've got more Europa leans than conference.
Yeah.
There's just so many matches. It scares me every time when I look at the slate and I'm like, holy shit.
There's just some really interesting spots where I think Europa is always unpredictable, right? Like that's where just wild shit happens. So I think there's a couple of spots where I'm like, the price might be nice.
Yeah, there's a couple games. There's a lot of games I'm staying away from today. The partisan game, I'm definitely staying away from that. It's going to be 0-0 or 1-1. It's not priced fairly. Partisan should be like plus 250. I think Santa Clara is just keeping their lineup very quiet, and they're going to roll out there with a much better lineup than people think. That's my concern. That's why I'm not playing anything right now.
We've talked about this, but for that game, it is take the value in the draw or that's nothing.
That exactly. And so if you're on Bovada, you can actually get the reason I'm not having this as an official play is because the draw is only plus 185. If it was plus 200 or better, I would hit it. Now, if you're on Bovada, what you can do is you can scroll down to correct score. It's like correct score 2 is what it says in parentheses. You can actually play draw in there plus 230. But at the top on the main thing, it says draws plus 185. So just a little life hack there.
Well, here, if y'all got more conference, let's just touch on Europa League real quick.
Yeah.
And I just want your thoughts on a couple of things.
Okay.
So Randers versus Galatasaray is interesting because I think both teams to score is an interesting look in that game.
So I'm on both teams to score in this game.
Matt's first player of the day.
Yeah, good one right there, Garrett. All right, so let me throw some numbers. Galatasaray, both teams score 4-0 in these games so far. This is why I like it. It hit an 81% of Randers games last season at home, and we know Denmark is a very heavy both teams to score over 2.5 league. Galatasaray scored in both games against PSV. I think they should undoubtedly score in this game. But Randers at home, I mean, this is a team that is much better at home than they are on the road. I think they're going to go out there and score. I think this is a beautiful play, minus 110. It was minus 125 earlier. You're going to see these lines move all day. So if you see us have something, and every book's going to be different. If you're going to see like a play at like minus 140, it's probably going to move. In different books, it might be minus 110. Some books, it might be minus 170. Like there's going to be heavy movement all day, and it doesn't mean anything. Like Garrett will be the first one to tell you that line movement means
it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Not one thing.
It's not like MLB. It's not like MLB
if you like a play, go with it. Don't worry about how it's moving. The line movement doesn't influence footy at all. It's not like the other sports. There's too much variance there for you to care about the line movement.
Yeah, and this guy in the comments, Arsenal Attitude, saying Galatasaray money line. You can go for it. I don't think it's the best play for this game. I'll be completely honest. I think they are the better team, but I'm not.
No, they're the better team. I don't think that's in question. My issue is I don't know what this team's mindset is right now. A dude got a red card for punching his teammate last game.
I saw that. That was crazy.
Like you're not even supposed to be able to do that. Like if you have violent conduct among the same team, you just have to let them sort it out. Like the fact that the ref gave a red card was kind of wild to me. Dude, he was so there's just I think there might be some locker room discontent, some issues going on right now that I don't want to touch their money line.
These dudes in Turkey do not give a single fuck. Like not one. I love it. Yeah, so that's actually my first play today. I made a YouTube video on this play. I really like it. The numbers back it. The dog likes it. He jumped over here for this play. So yeah.
All right, let's get to I think we're going one more ice pick first.
I have more plays than PPS.
Yeah, he always doubles me up, so I gotta have him go back to back sometime.
Yeah, and Garrett, he's got some leans. He's gonna hit most of his plays live today, but he is here because he knows everything that we don't know. Like Galatasaray's teammate punching each other. Like that's awesome. I didn't know that's why they got a red card.
It's punched his own teammate.
Yeah. I saw Alex post the video that Alex Classic posted. He's like, how do you get a red for this? Because I didn't think you could get that for.
No, you're not supposed to be able to. That's what I don't understand. Like the ref was also technically wrong, but whatever.
He was just throwing bombs though. Like I literally thought it looked like MMA, dude. Like this dude was throwing absolute like full over the top hammers on this guy. I'm like, gotta respect it though. Gotta respect it. All right, we got Ice's next pick here is another 2-unit play. Looks like he's talking to someone, so we'll take your opinion on it first. This is his second play. He's rolling with Beersheva money line -125. Gary, you got any opinions on this one?
It's no. I mean, like Ice goes to some. The problem is Ice goes to some places that I just don't venture to, and so like when he brings up, this is a spot where I would just tell him blindly, right? Because I just don't venture in this world.
Okay, so let me point something out real quick. I have kicked myself so many times for not playing Beersheva. I wanted to take them -1, like +150. Let me find the exact game. So I don't make a mistake here. I wanted to take them -1 versus Wrocław, right? They beat them 4-0. This is a very, very good team at home. They have looked awesome at home. In fact, in all their Europa League games, they've won 4-0 at home. This is a good team. They are averaging, let's see what the numbers are here. 1.48 expected goals for, less than 1 goal expected against, but they are absolutely thrashing teams at home. Anorthosis or whatever from Cyprus, they're only the number 5 or 6 team and not even very good. They're averaging 1.4 goals expected against, and they're not even getting up to 1 expected goal per game. So this is likely going to be a shutout for Beersheva. I don't see them getting shut out. I think they're probably going to win this game 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, or like the last 2 games at home, 4-0. And so I really like this play. And again, the reason I'm playing it is because I sat the last 2 home games after I said I wanted to play it, and they ended up winning 4-0. So that's why I'm playing this today. This is a team that I've watched a lot and have not really taken anything on. So that's my 2 cents on it.
If you're leaning that way as far as that score line, them to win to nil is almost +200 on one of my books.
Yeah, and I think
that's tasty.
It is tasty, and that's a good lean right there too. I'm just gonna play money line. I'm playing this for 2 units, but I mean win to nil. That's not a bad look at all because even the numbers back it. Beersheva not even averaging 1 expected goal against per game, especially at home. And like I just said, Anorthosis or whatever their name is, they're not even averaging 1 expected goal for per game on the road. So that's a good look. That's a very good look. And Cyprus is one of those leagues. It's kind of similar to Greece. These teams play completely different when they're on the road. Much better at home.
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel in the Norway leagues. That's how they always are over there. The freaking home road splits. We were just talking about that, how home road splits are just crazy at some of these.
They're ridiculous. Some of them are just absolutely ridiculous. But all right, let's keep the ball rolling here.
All
PPS.
right, yes, I get to make a play. I get to make a play now. Got 2 ice picks out of the way. We got mine here. We're gonna roll with a plus money play here. I'm going with Roma and my boys from Turkey. I always love rolling my boys Trabs. I'm not even going to try saying it. I just call them Trabs at this point. I think we're close enough that I've met them enough times that I can have them at a nice little nickname there. I'm going to be rolling with that. I think plus 135 for this is just too much value on these. Trabs is at home again, so I love going to them when they're at home. They're scoring in their games. There's 3.2 goals per game there, averaging 2 goals per game and conceding 1.2. So we're going to see an average of both teams to score on this one. Both teams to score. It's an 80% of Trab's home games and 83% of Roma's away games last year. Obviously, they haven't had a game yet this year for domestic there. But if you go to last year's numbers, they were conceding 3.1 goals on the road last year, which obviously that's in Serie A. So obviously that competition's a lot better, but still enough value here. When I saw it, when Ice told me that I could get it for plus 135, I jumped all over this price. I really don't know why it's that high. I saw it was minus 150 for both teams to score overall, and both teams to score has hit in the last 4 matches overall for Trabs there. So this is a numbers play for me. I just really like this team too. I see at least a 2-1 game. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go higher as well. So what do you guys think about this one?
So for me, it comes down to for me, this would be so I would want to see the lineup first. The problem is that I see all these the teams from the Big Five, right? So you got Spurs playing today, Roma, Union Berlin, these other teams. I see them all rotating and playing reserves, backups, maybe some young kids in these matchups because they severely outclass their competition, right? And so it's my Trab scoring is where is my concern here. I think they do, especially if Roma rotates. I like that if you get kids and some reserves, especially in the back line. I think that's a great opportunity. But this is where I'd want to see lineups, and I actually think the price is fair for this game. I think it is a value shot, and I like it at plus money, but I'm not surprised that it's at the price it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Roma's going to score twice, so I think what you're looking for here is Trabs to net
4-1. Yeah, at home.
And I think it's likely. I mean, this is kind of just like my Randers both teams to score play. This team at home is averaging both teams to score in over 80% of their home matches. So, I mean, the numbers back you there, but, it does kind of depend on how Roma does rotate. Now, Roma is also a team that in at least Serie A, which is a completely different ballgame than Turkey. But, they are conceding more than 1 goal a game. So you do have that in your back pocket. So we'll see. I think, Roma's not in midseason form, so they are more likely to concede than they would be, in a month from now. So it's a good value shot. I'll back this, especially for 1 unit at this price. I think it's a good look for sure.
Yeah, I like I said, I've been trying to get more of these plus money ones in there, and I think that this one just gave me a good spot for some value.
I think you're on this or Roma's team total, and Roma's team total is almost minus 140. So when you're just factoring price, then I would bank on Trab scoring 1 and take the plus 135 here.
Yeah, I agree.
Perfect. Let's roll on to another one for you, Ice. Rolling with another nice plus money play here. Pretty juicy line here.
Yes.
This is the parlay here.
So I love this play today. LASK to win in over 2.5. Let me just throw out some numbers. They're scoring 2.3 goals at home, conceding 1.4. St. John, they're scoring 1 exactly and conceding 1.3. Likely scoreline in this one is going to be 2-1, 3-1, or worst case scenario, most likely 1-1. I'm going to take my shot at this. I think this is going to be a 2-1, 3-1 game. LASK team total over 1.5 is like minus 190, extremely juiced. It was this morning at least. Maybe it's changed a little bit. Like I said, these lines are going to move all day. I'm actually going to pull that one up
It's
right now.
145 for me.
Okay, so it has moved a lot, but still, I think this is a good
money's come in on the under. The under's now at 2.25.
Yeah, so I saw that. So this play has been moving all day. It was actually like plus 115 this morning. Now it's plus 155, and I don't really care. I think this is a good look. Just kind of like that PSV over yesterday. The sharp money came in on the under. Game still went over. It actually should have gone over in the first half. PSV had a goal called back. I really like this play. I'm playing this for 2 units because I'm playing the numbers here. I think LASK is very likely to concede, and they should score more than once in this game. They should outright win this game. They are by far the better team here. Maybe not by far, but they are definitely the better team here. They're going to control pace. They're going to put up a lot of shots, and hopefully they can convert their chances. But I think this is a very strong look here. Garrett, what do you think about this game?
So I like that you if you like a line, you take it, right? Like that's how we've always operated. Like I don't care about line movement and stuff like that. When it comes to Europe and their big competitions, especially leagues I don't usually watch, like with St. Johnston or Stone, then I'm like, okay, I lean and I follow the money a little bit more because it lets me know maybe there's something I'm not seeing yet or I haven't heard yet. Like LASK, do they rotate? What's going on with St. Johnston? Are they even going to score? And so then I start looking for other avenues. And so I don't know really where I would land on this one.
So just one more point I'll throw out here is that I originally had both teams to score. I think it was plus 120 this morning. I don't know what it's at now. I really like that look too, but I'm going to take my shot with the win and over 2.5 instead of winning both teams to score because there is a chance LASK goes out here and wins this game 3-0 or 4-0. That, just like Garrett is saying, I don't watch St. Johnson enough to tell you that they are going to confidently score. And that's why I would rather play this than both teams to score. And it is a value shot. Like this is not like a set in stone, like mortal lock. Absolutely not. But yeah, I agree with everything Garrett's saying and throwing out there too.
Yeah, just find the line that you like and take that shot. I think plus 155 is always like seeing that plus money on those.
And I think in competitions like this is where you actually probably should be looking more for those value money shots. Because like I said, it's just more unpredictable in these competitions and these tournaments. And so, yeah, I'm totally cool with going after plus money, paying zero juice, and going with the gut on this one.
Yeah, and I will say LASK, they played Vojvodina in that leg one. I want to say the game was 1-0. Is that right? Does anybody remember that score? Is it game one, leg one? I think it was 1-0. But they had like 3.5 expected goals. They were definitely showing a lot of rust in that first game back. They've kind of worked out some kinks since then, so I don't think we're going to see a scoreline like that in this one.
Let me toss this out to you guys real quick. I'm checking lines while y'all are talking, and right now I've got LASK win and over 1.5 for minus 120.
Yeah, I'm looking at this too.
Nice.
So like if I like the plus 155, but taking a whole goal away and still being able to cash, I don't know. That's interesting too. Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. That's a better play. It's definitely a better play, but I'm taking the value shot here because and also that was not the price this morning when I went.
No, this game has moved a ton since probably 4 or 5 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, and I would like to see these odds on different books too. Like I'm looking on Bovada. It sounds like you're probably looking on that book too because we're seeing the same prices.
No, I just checked DraftKings is where I looked.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I have another play for this game. I am throwing LASK in a parlay. I really like these Austrian teams today.
But yeah, I think like you're saying 203-0, 203-0. I think that's way more probable than banking on John Stone to score today.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, like I said, LASK is conceding 1.4 goals a game, and St. John is scoring over 1 goal a game. So just right over that 1 mark. So we'll see. Yeah, they did look pretty. Somebody in the comments saying they looked weak against Galatasaray. They scored off a goalie mistake in the first leg. Yeah, so we'll see. I think LASK, they're at home today. They need to convert their chances, and they will get plenty of them. So they always do.
So we'll move on to another plus money play. This is, I think, an unofficial collab for me and Ice, actually.
Well, it sounds like you just made it official.
Yeah, it's official now.
It's official now. We're actually rolling with Basel team total over 2.5. I found plus 142 on FanDuel this morning. And I'm actually using this as a tournament play personally in one of the tournaments I'm in this week. Because this line I just think is way off for a team that's been scoring at absolute will lately. I think
this line is no longer plus money, FYI.
Yeah, it's plus 110 of Bovada right now. DraftKings, it's not plus money.
It is moving. So, like, if this is what you want, you need to grab it ASAP.
Yeah, I sent it out immediately. Once I saw this line, I took a screenshot on FanDuel and I sent it into the chat because I didn't think they would stay. Once people actually look at these past games, it's unbelievable. These guys score so much, especially at home. They've covered this every single time at home this year.
Before you get into your rundown of it, let me throw you the stats real quick. At home, they have 2.15 expected goals for. They are averaging 3.5 goals a game. Like, that is ridiculous. Like, they are scoring more than they're supposed to, and they are just beating the absolute brakes off teams. And, like, I think the total for this is 3.25, and, like, I am not convinced that Hammerby is going to go out there and score against.
Screw those guys, man. I'm fading
after that game versus Elfsborg. Yeah,
I'm fading them after that, man. They screwed me over on that one. God damn, that was hot. That was tough to watch.
Yeah, and I'm also playing this for 1 unit too.
Yeah, I like it a lot. In 70% of their matches, they've got over in the matches, it's over 9.5 shots on target. So even though Hammerby stat wise isn't terrible on defense, their matches get shots going, right? They're up and down. Obviously, that's in the Swedish league there. I'm just all over this play. Again, this is just a value play for me. And then once it matched up, when me and Ice matched up on it, I might make it even a 2-unit play. Because this line I thought was completely off. FanDuel, thank you so much for putting this there early on in the day. What did you say the line was now?
I had it at, I think, plus 110. One of my books is showing minus 110. This is the importance of having multiple books and multiple lines available to you to be able to shop around where you can find when one book is off.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I found this. I think I said me and Ice texted at like 6:30 a.m. this morning. I sent when I found it, I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm seeing plus 142 over here on FanDuel.
One thing I'd be willing to do with this game is if the value's gone on over 2.5 on whatever book you're using, I'm okay with taking the over 1.5 team total and throwing it in a parlay. I usually keep my parlay pick somewhere below minus 400 and less. I don't like to go too much higher than that. I think you lose value exponentially when you do that. And so I'm seeing like over 1.5, I think is minus 340 right now or something like that. I would throw that in whatever parlay I'm running or liking for the day. And that's how I would also get access to this game.
Yeah, I like that. I totally agree with that. Now I do have a 5-leg parlay that has like one leg that's we'll get into that later. It's a solid parlay. That's all that matters. One
of Ice's like two when I put it on the banners, it's like the ones that take up 2 rows. That's when I know it's on Ice's parlay. He had like a 7-legger 2 weeks ago, or last week, and it hit, and it was like it took up 3 rows here on my screen.
I know. I'm sorry. I usually don't run any parlays over 3 legs, but like there's 30 games today, and I'm like taking 5 different teams to score. Like I like it. All right. So what we got next here?
We are rolling with the biggest play, it looks like, on the slate for Mr. Matt here.
Yes.
For 3-unit one.
Okay, so this has half loss potential if there's only 1 goal in this first half. Feyenoord versus Elfsborg. The splits on this game are just absolutely incredible. Elfsborg averaging 1.4 goals for in the first half. Feyenoord averaging 1.2 goals in the first half for. Both these teams are scoring in the first half at a much higher rate than they are in the second half. Not only that, but I mean, there is just value across the board here. Let me throw out two more like other ways you could play this. Elfsborg to score in the first half, 1 goal, plus 260. That is way off. I think Feyenoord should win this game, but Elfsborg is definitely being slept on here. Plus 260 for them to score in the first half. I think the most likely scoreline in this is going to be a 1-1 first half or 2-0 Feyenoord. And if you think that is the case, they are plus 230 to score 2 goals in the first half, which is also great value. I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game today, and I think we see most of the goals in the first half. Feyenoord is a team that I have just been absolutely smashing lately, and I smashed both totals against Luzern last round. I think this is a really, really good look here. And again, if they only score 1 goal, I'll lose 1.5 units, whatever. But I think this is worth 3 units to me. This is going to be my biggest play today. I really think this is going to be a game that just right off the bat, we're going to see shots put up. I mean, I think we'll probably see at least 7-8 shots on goal in the first half. Both these teams play fast. Both these teams are accurate. Both these teams like to score goals. So I will throw out a couple more numbers that do not really support this. Elfsborg is conceding 0.2 goals in the first half against much less competition. Feyenoord is conceding 0.4 goals in the first half against less competition. So I will throw out all the numbers so you can, decide how you want to play this game. But I think we're going to see 1-1 or 2-0 in the first half. And I will be hitting this Elfsborg team total live today as well.
I'm not as big on Elfsborg scoring.
I also have Feyenoord money line in a parlay, so that's fine.
That one's coming up.
No, I do. I think this is a 2-0 first half. I do like this play, but I think Feyenoord, I mean, they are heavy favorites here today, and I think it's warranted. I think they can absolutely smoke this team.
Yeah, especially being at home. This is more smoke potential than them being on the road, too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I like the over 1.25. You have to cover both sides of it, even if it's 1-1 or the 2-0, as Garrett said there. All right, I'm rolling with an under. I know I'm probably the only guy here who rolls unders. I know Matt doesn't like rolling
No
unders.
way. No, Matt doesn't roll unders.
No, it's usually just me and him, and so I'm the only one who plays unders here.
No, I would get down with unders all day. Hit me.
I love unders. I'm actually this is more of a fade on Ghent because I hate these dudes. I hate these dudes.
I support this play, by the way.
I hate these dudes.
Let me handicap this game for you. I hate these guys.
Dude, I was just talking to Matt before the show went live, and I'm like, I looked at their last 2 games when they played Rigas here in the last round, and they had 48 shots total in those 2 games, and they scored 3 goals. 3 goals. Rakow, they actually played against Matt's team, I think that he bet last week, right? I think you were on Ruben Kazan, and they shut him out. It was 0-0 game, very slow-paced game. I think 1 shot on target each side in the first matchup. And then the next one obviously had more shots on there going through there. Ghent in their last 4 home matches has only gone over this once. So we've been seeing a lot. We've seen both teams to score, but it's more the 1-1 type of spot. And yeah, they create a ton of opportunities. There's always a ton of opportunities, but they're just not able to finish here. So I really like this spot. Like I said, more of a fade on Ghent's ability to actually put it in the back of the net. I think they'll create their chances, but I just can't see them scoring 3 goals because I don't think Rakow scores, to be honest. I really don't think they score on Ghent, but yeah, what do you guys think on this one? Rolling with an under here.
So the money's coming in on the under, but I also just kind of think this is funny because I also received a text this morning that said, I love Belgium overs.
I do love Belgium overs. That was from me, and that's for a different game. But yeah. I hate these guys, dude. These guys, oh my God, I hate these guys.
So, like the Team USA versus Team Europe show, RJ's pick last week was Ghent over 2.5 or Ghent over 3. I accidentally sent Genk instead of Ghent, and Ghent went over and Ghent went under. So it was just like, God had RJ's back, I guess. So, yeah, I do like this. I actually support this because I think Ghent is not very good. they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. It feels like some games, like some of these teams in Belgium, like I swear, if they fell out of a boat, they couldn't hit water. Now, here's what I will say about this game. Who's the home team?
Not Ghent.
Okay, so the one thing I will say about this game is they have been going under, but the last 2 weeks, Belgium has received a record amount of rainfall, and there's actually severe flooding in Belgium right now. So I don't know how much that actually affects it, and I don't know what the field has looked like, but that is the only thing I'll say about this game. So, or about them not scoring, but so that's my 2 cents. I don't know if that actually has affected it or not, but
yeah, it's good look though. It's good insight. I didn't even know they had that floating there.
Yeah,
but so this, I like that Ghent's on the road here for this play. This Poland team is absolutely just going to park it.
Yep,
absolutely. Like it is 10 at the back. Don't let anything through. Mm-hmm. Get out of here with a 0-0. If you get lucky on a counter and can hit them, maybe sneak out a win. But no, I do like the under here with Ghent being on the road. They're struggling this year. I don't think they're a bad team either. I've watched Belgium for a few years now. I don't think they're a bad team, but they're struggling out of the gate so far to score regularly. And so yeah, the under 2.5. I think it is a good look, and I think it's not a popular look, which I'm also a fan of. The public, the public's not going to be on the under 2.5, right? And so if it's getting hit, it's sharp money that's hitting it. Public doesn't play unders, so I will absolutely I'm totally down to back this play.
Yeah, and get team total over 1.5 is plus money right now. It's like plus 125. That is.
Did we lose them?
Get it right now. I like it a lot. I do.
Time traveled a little bit. It's all right.
We just went to another dimension where this game goes over.
I'm just so happy to have Garrett on here to back my unders and not get shamed for unders.
No, dude, unders. Listen, no matter what anybody says, unders are long-term profitable. Like that's just the way this game is.
I love it. We're going to be rolling to our next one. I really like this play. I will be tailing Matt on this one personally. It is another one of his 2-unit plays with the Austrian team.
Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Sturm Graz absolutely lighting the lamp lately. 3 goals versus Altac, 3 goals versus LASK, 4 goals versus Wolfsbarger, 3 goals in a friendly versus Udinese. And yeah, I mean, let me throw out the numbers here. Mura, expected goals against 1.39. Sturm Graz, expected goals for is exactly 2 on the road, but they are actually scoring more than that. My problem with this game, the reason this is only a 2-unit play for me, is because Mura for Slovenia is at home today. I have no idea how good this team is. Their numbers are pretty solid at home. They don't allow a lot of goals, but they're not playing good competition. The only game that I can really take a look at and be like, okay, I know how good this team is when they played Ludo Goretz and gave up 0 goals at home and then gave up 3 on the road. Ludo Goretz is a team that does not have any scorers. We saw them play Malmo yesterday, put up a bunch of shots and didn't score. They don't have scorers on their team, and they scored 3 versus this team. Sturm Graz is a team that is kicking on all cylinders right now, and they're putting up a lot of goals. I think 1.5 at minus 120 is an absolute steal, and I'll play this all day. And I would play it at more units if they were at home, and I wouldn't see this price if they were at home. But the books are kind of like me here. Nobody really knows how good this team from Slovenia is. And so that's something that we'll figure out today. But I think you have to play this. Over 1.5 at minus 120. The numbers back it. Sturm Graz, like I said, their expected goals are exactly 2, and they're scoring more than that on the road. Mura averaging over 1 expected goals against at home. They haven't allowed that many, but they're averaging that. So I think Sturm Graz really goes out there and should win this game 2-0, 3-0 at the very least.
So here's what this game just on the surface looks to me. Is Mura is a team that cannot handle European competition. They don't have the depth. They were very good last year, but they are struggling. They're struggling in league play and on the European scale because when you get to this level, you got to have depth. And it's pretty clear just looking over some numbers. They don't have it. It's hurting them on both ends now because they first were in champs and now they're in the Euro because they got knocked out. So I like this. I like the team total for Stormgrass. I like -1 at plus money for Stormgrass. I don't think Mira scores here. So this is 1-0, 2-0 type of game.
Yeah, I agree with that. And what I am worried about is Mira kind of going out there like we were just saying Rakow is going to do. And like I saw Inhulids do to Dynamo Kiev yesterday, this was ridiculous. They sat 9 people in the box. The only way Dynamo Kiev scored versus them, they played the worst team in the Ukraine yesterday. Only way they scored is that at the end of the game with like 15 minutes left, they aimed for a guy's head and it went into the goal. I mean, and so that's kind of what I'm afraid of today for Sturm Graz, because this is a team that they're going to play that's going to park the bus. But I'll take my chances. I think they're going to score 2 in this game. Yeah, in my opinion, you have to play this number. You have to. So it's my 2 cents on it. I mean, and this team, it's not like they're not showing any signs of weakness right now. I mean,
they have crazy.
Yeah, 10 goals in 3 games, including 2 on the road, and their last 3 league games is very, very impressive to me. Very impressive, especially against LASK and Wolfsbarger. So we'll see it, but I like this play a lot.
Yeah, it actually leads into my next play. I really don't have much to add. This is a parlay for me. I'm rolling with Sturm to obviously win, and I'm rolling with Rangers there. But yeah, Matt, I mean, you pretty much broke down this game the way I thought. Same thing with Garrett throwing. I think it is a 1-0, 2-0 type of game here. I love Sturm to win this one. I think that they do score at least 2 goals and cash your team total. Like I said, I'll be tailing you on that. I mean, I don't really have much to say for the Rangers not to just beat the living crap out of these guys. I think that this parlay is my biggest play on my card for 2 units here. Rangers have to play – I'm not even going to try to say it, but they're from the Armenia League over there. I'm just not good at saying these names, so I just don't even try. So
nobody's good at it.
Yeah. This will be my biggest play of the day here with Sturm Graz money line, rolling with the Rangers here in the Europa League game over there. Luckily, I grabbed Sturm when they were minus like 155. So yeah, we got good value on that. I saw that was moving. Not sure what the line's at now, but I think that this parlay gives me great value here, as I don't see Rangers conceding at all.
You're a brave man throwing Rangers in a parlay.
So let me say something about.
I'll tell you right now. If this was to lose, it's because of Rangers.
Yeah, no, I
got a parlay with the Rangers too.
I'm just saying, like the Rangers absolutely should win. I'm just saying, like if you lose a parlay today, it's because of the Rangers.
So let me say something about the Rangers. I absolutely loved how they responded after they got knocked out of Champions League by Malmo. I absolutely love it. They went out there and they scored 4 goals in the first half against a team that is not nearly as good as them. They went out there, they actually scored 5 and 1 got reversed. They went out there from the start of the game, like they scored 3 minutes into the game. It was 4-0 at halftime against a team that is obviously not nearly as good as them. But I mean, they're still in the Scottish Championship. It's not like they're a horrible team. Actually, yeah, so they're a division down. They were relegated from the Premiership last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, they beat this team 5-0. Look, the Rangers, they responded very well after getting knocked out by Malmo. They should win this game, and I'm not going to argue Sturm Graz. So this is a parlay that should win. It should, but like Garrett said, if it loses, it's definitely because of the Rangers. So
I can't trust that team at all right now. Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, that Armenian team at plus 2.5. I don't know.
They keep covering the 2.5 as long as
that's what I'm saying. Like, but they would be if I played that, it's just a straight fade Rangers play. You know what I mean? I have nothing to back it up that says no, the Rangers don't come in here and absolutely wipe the floor with these dudes, other than the fact of they have struggled against teams they shouldn't have struggled against. They got off to a terrible start.
Yeah, so this is their response game. We'll see.
And this
Gerard's got to get in that ass.
Yeah, hopefully not on camera though. So
this will lead into Matt's Actually, this is a 3U parlay too. So this is
Garrett is gonna hate this. Garrett is
Jesus Christ.
This is
another 3-liner on my screen here on the side.
This is super square. Okay, this is super square. Ferenczi Bassi from Turkey to score 1 goal. Roma to score 1 goal. Union Berlin to score 1 goal. Anderlecht to score 1 goal, and the Rangers to win. We already went over to Rangers, so no negative feedback on that one, please. Ferenczi Bassi should absolutely go out there and score multiple goals today. Roma should go out there. We already touched on that game. They definitely should score at least twice. Union Berlin should definitely go out there and score against KUPS, who's a team that likes to give up a lot of goals and likes to score a lot of goals. Anderlecht is a team that should go out there and win this game. All these teams are like super juiced to win their games, and they all should go out there and score. I mean, this is worth 3 units to me at -110. Rarely do I ever take parlays with 5 legs, and rarely do I ever take parlays with this much juice. But just like the 7 leg I hit last week, I think this is great value. I think all these teams should go out there and blow the brakes off of their competition. So that's really what I'm looking at here.
I'm going to stay quiet with this one.
Okay, yeah, you don't need to say anything. Roma should score. We already went over that. Anderlecht should have no trouble scoring against Vitesse, who is actually a team that I believe PPS is going to take the over on today. I mean, this is just really square. It's a really square play. If you don't like it, don't take it. But I'm taking it for 3 units. It's going to be right up there as my biggest play of the day today. I had a lot of luck with these team totals yesterday. I had Celtic to score and Hamcam to score in a parlay. Both those teams scored in the first 10 minutes yesterday. I don't see this going any differently than that.
Yeah, I like you rolling with Anderlecht. That's like I said, or like you said, it's my next play. It's my last play of the card. I like that game to go over, and I think that you do cash. And I obviously talked about the Rangers winning, so I like it. I'm always skeptical on those like 5, 6, 7 leggers because I never can keep track of all the legs.
But break it down. Like if I miss 1 leg, like that team literally just shit their pants today. Like that's all it is. Like I mean, this should be super easy to hit. Now, will it hit? Maybe not, but it should. It should be super easy. So we'll see. Thank you.
Hey, sometimes being square works. Sometimes being square is nice.
Oh, dude, I was on Benfica over 2.5 yesterday, which was about as square as you could get, and that was a max for me, and it hit. Like square plays
hit in the first half.
Square plays aren't bad. You just had to play them in the right spot.
All right, so what we got next here, boys?
My last play is actually what we just talked about. Is Anderlecht versus Vitesse over 2.5. I like it because Anderlecht's at home. Their home matches, again, go pretty crazy. 3.8 goals in their home matches. And Vitesse is averaging 2.67 in their away matches. The last 5 have gone over this number for Anderlecht at home. And, yeah, I really like this spot. I like both teams to score in this spot as well. But I just think just going with the over 2.5 at this price was pretty nice to see. Yeah, I am a little bit on the edge a little bit. This is my smallest play of the day with the 1 unit there. But I do like it. I do think we see Anderlecht net 2. And I do see Vitesse scoring 1 here as well. I think 2.5 at this price is good value for, like I said, Belgium team at home. I talked to Matt about. I like the overs in Belgium unless it's Ghent. So
yeah, and I think this is definitely better than playing both teams to score and over 2.5. Also, I think this is just worth taking the over on because Anderlecht could win this game 3-0 or 4 or 5-0.
That would be my only add is I at 110 people might be interested in playing both teams to score plus over 2.5 for plus money, and that I would avoid that today. Does Vitesse score 1? Probably, but yeah, I would not play with that fire today. I would just take the straight over 2.5 and cash the ticket.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Matt, I hope you're okay. I didn't in the ticker put your parlay because it would actually
be the same size
as the whole entire ticker.
Don't worry about it. I put it on my YouTube play today, so you can go find it there if they need me to repeat it. And I think I have. I think I have two more small plays. So let me just run through those real quick so we can get off here because it's been 45 minutes already. LASK, I already said I really like them to win this game. Feyenoord, they should beat Elfspor. We already went over that game as well. Zelina versus Jablonec. I like this game to go over. I do. Zelina is a team that I really like. They should score. Jablonec definitely should score as well. I think this game has explosive potential. I bought that over all the way down to 2 just to have push potential here, but at plus 127, this is a very solid parlay. I don't really have anything to add other than I think it's really solid. It's going to be my smallest play at 1 unit today, just because I already dipped on LASK to win, so I don't really want to, throw the absolute house and fade draw, then I would be toast. So my last play today, let me jump into it real quick. I absolutely love the Austrian teams today. This is a 2-unit parlay for me. I'm going with Basel to win and Rapid Vienna to win. Rapid Vienna should blow the doors off of this team. Minus 145 this morning. I'm sure they're down a little bit. Let me pull that up. But yeah, like we said, Basel, we're on the Basel team total over 2.5. Absolutely love that today. And Rapid playing a team in the Ukraine, minus 150 on the money line. And like I told PPS earlier, Ukraine is very similar to Serbia, where you have Red Star, Partizan, and then a drop-off. Ukraine is the same way. You have Shakhtar, Kiev, drop-off. And I don't think that Zorya is going to be able to hang with Rapid Vienna today. I really like this parlay. And pull up the odds one more time. Rapid Vienna to win, Basel to win, 2 units, plus 123. Really good look there. And I do want to touch on one more game today. And I think Garrett has good feedback on this game too. But Partizan versus Santa Clara. This is the first Partizan game I am not going to touch on the season. I think the lines are unfair. Partizan moved to favorites, and now they're slight underdogs again. I think they should be plus 250. I don't think this is a fair price at all. I lean draw. I like draw. I like 1-1.
And you don't play draws.
I don't play draws. And the reason I'm not having this as an official play is because it's not plus 200. I don't think this is a fair price. I think that Santa Clara has kept their lineup quiet, and I think people are assuming they're going to have COVID issues, and they're hitting Partizan, and I think they're wrong. I think Santa Clara, when this lineup comes out, I think they're going to move to heavy favorites. And I still think this game draws. I think Santa Clara is hiding what they're really going to throw out there, and people are biting the bait on Partizan. And I think the books know that, and that's why the line has not really shifted, in my opinion.
Well, I think the line is where it is because, we were talking about it. Partizan, I think, at one book opened up at what, 280?
They did overnight
and got obliterated. That line got absolutely destroyed. Santa Clara, I would say I would agree with you about their lineup, except they were begging their league team I'm sorry, I can't talk. Their last league game, they were begging them to postpone it because they had such bad COVID issues. I don't think that got fixed in days. And so I think they're going to have lineup issues. But I don't know if Partizan can pull out the win, and I'm not playing them at this price now, like their money line now. So like I said, it would be strictly the value draw for me or nothing at all. But I think the Santa Clara COVID issues are legit.
So they had COVID issues 2 weeks ago as well.
So one question.
So this is a lineup. Like, we need to see this lineup before we take anything on this game, in my opinion. This is definitely a game I will be live betting. I will be watching this game today. But yeah, I'm with Garrett on this. I mean, Santa Clara literally could throw out just a super shitty lineup and Partizan curb stomps him. But I think Santa Clara will have a competitive lineup today. Even their last Europa game that they had a lot of COVID issues. They still went out there on the road and won their game against a team that is not nearly as good as Partizan, but still. I never fade Partizan ever. That's like rule number 1 in my book. You never fade Sevilla and you never fade Partizan and you never fade Red Star at home. So those are my 3 rules that I live by. Oh, and number 4, you never bet on Italian teams named after food. Shout out to Bologna for getting beat by a D3 team, by the way.
Hey, Bologna overs are going to be a great thing this year. Don't worry.
Yeah, and let me go ahead and throw this out there. Serie A show later today. Serie A show. I am playing Salernitana versus Bologna.
No, keep saying A. Keep saying Serie A show.
Yeah, I'm playing Salernitana. Team total over 1.5 plus 275 versus Bologna because, like Garrett said, they could not stop anything. They got split like butter on a hot roll last week by a Division 3 team that got promoted to Serie B. So, whew.
But to be fair, though, I think they're who they lost to. I think their overs in Serie B are going to be extremely good as well.
Oh yeah, I think they play like Brescia in one of their first games. That is going to be an absolute hammer for the over. Like that total honestly might open at 4. It is going to get obliterated if it opens at 3. I mean,
so I'm surprised none of y'all were on Renee from League One.
Me and Garrett have talked about this. I'm not touching any teams from France right now. You could not pay me. You could not give me a free bet to take them today. Should they win? Absolutely. They're definitely, I mean, Champions League last year, down in Europa this year, they
time travel.
pay me
Here
to
we go.
take.
We just went into a world where Renee wins.
Look, you could not pay me to take any team from France not named PSG right now. You couldn't. And I wouldn't even play PSG spread on any game right now.
No,
either.
yeah, you can't play their spread. No way.
Yeah, I know you're on
plays.
-1.5 first game.
I'm gonna drop them on my Twitter after this show. But I'll just touch them real quick. I like Spurs today, even with the rotation. I like Spurs, and I don't think their money line is the play. I think Flash mentioned it in one of our chats. I think you take the value shot at -1. Like if they're gonna win, I think they run away with it, or I think they might draw and it just kills your play. So I like -1 at plus money there. Renee, I will have in a parlay, probably with the Basel team total over 1.5. I think that gets you right about -115. I think that's a great value for that. Prague under 2.5. I'm going to be on. It's dropping as we speak, but I'm going to be on that one as well. Mm-hmm. And Olympiacos, both teams to score, I think is interesting.
What's the value?
So let me run through some of my leans real quick. I am on that Bratislava both teams to score as well. Olympiacos versus Bratislava. I think Bratislava has Olympiacos on upset alert, and the only reason I won't play it is because Olympiacos is at home. Bratislava is a good team, and I love them.
Olympiacos being at home, yeah, I agree with you, is why I won't play the upset card. But with Olympiacos missing a key center back, I'm going to absolutely be on both teams to score at plus money.
And if Arabi does not start, I will take a shot on Bratislava first half draw no bet. Absolutely. I'll take the swing at it after I see this lineup. But I really like Bratislava. And the only thing that's also holding me back in addition is that 0-0 first leg at Young Boys that Bratislava had. That is the only other thing holding me back, is because this team is good. They're very good. And they can sit back and play defense if they want to. And Olympiacos' offense has not looked very good. There's no denying that. It has not looked great. So it's the only thing I'll add. But, yeah, that's a very good value play. And
I think my favorite play today is your Randers both teams to score. That's the first thing that stuck out of me when I looked at the books this morning. And I love that play. I think it's my favorite of the play of the day.
Yeah, and I don't know what it's at now. It was -125 and -110, so I don't know what else it's at. I do have a couple more leans. Tottenham, I'm waiting on that lineup. I agree with Garrett completely, 100% on that. Team total, not a bad look, but he's right. You might as well play -1. Feyenoord first half team total, I already hit on that. Kyrite Almighty plus 100 today. I'm not going to play it. I might throw half a unit on it. It's just a lean. They should win this game, and they're at even money today. And the last play that I am going to hit this live, Lincoln Red Eames to score, -130. I'm going to wait 10 minutes, and I'm going to throw the bank on this. Not really, but I'll probably toss 2 units on it, even money. They scored in every game. This is a very good offense. They scored on Cluj. I expect them to go out there and score today. I don't see why this is -130, to be completely honest with you.
The Red Imps should be terrible, but they are turning into European darlings.
I don't know what it is, but I really like this team. And who do they play again today? blanking here. Where are my red teams at? Okay, they play Riga from Latvia, who is very stingy on defense. I think, didn't they play Genk? No. No, I don't remember who they just played.
Yeah, Riga's played Genk. Yeah.
Let's see. No, they beat Hibernians. They lost to them 1-0 in leg one at home, and then beat them on PKs actually, or in extra time. But they also had Hibernians also had a red card that game, if I'm not mistaken. So I definitely like Red Teams to score, and I think they probably advance. I think it's a good value shot, to be honest. Let's see if I have any more leans. Nope, that's it. LASK, both teams to score. Already went over that one too. I'm taking the value shot on winning over 2.5 instead. So that's it. That's all I got, fellas.
Sounds good. I know we got quite a bit of plays. I think we're going to have a great card here. Again, remember the last time we had a card this big, it was our best day with the 12-2 day on a 14 play card here.
Yeah, it's really nice having Garrett in here too, because he, like me and PPS are more of like stats based. Garrett can tell you the lineup, what happened in their last game, like all the news and information that you could ever want. So it's good having, that aspect to the show this week as well. So
you like it when your eyeballs match the stats, right? Like that's when you've got a perfect union. So
exactly.
Garrett will tell us what they had to eat for lunch right before the game too. If we can do that, then we'll be good.
Yeah, between Garrett and RJ, like these dudes are calling the hotel before the game. Like, what'd you serve for breakfast today? Like,
did you get your 8 hours of sleep or no?
Yeah, what time did they check in last night?
Hey, it's important, man. You gotta know when the flight lands.
Yeah, flight tracker, like it's a college football head coach search or something. Like,
but anyways, great guys. This was awesome. Appreciate you letting me hop on.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys. Let's have a good day.